Little Paul McCartney there leading us into the show. Hell on Wheels. Hell on Wheels is the name of it. Morning, everybody. This is Sandy. The 18th of February, 2011. Hope all is well. Thanks for joining us. Fifth episode of Say What with Sandy. Got a lot of great feedback from everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying what you see. Getting some comments. I like it. No sunglasses. As a lot of comments were about the sunglasses and to ditch them. Good to hear. Appreciate it. Thank you, Richard in Florida. Susie up in New Jersey. Also, Susie thinks I should be doing a shot of Jägermeister. We'll see. It is Friday. Also, Bert in Mesa, who agrees with Richard, and also wants me to get a little bit controversial and stir it up. I have no problem doing that, but which way do I go? Do I start rumors, calling people names, calling people out? So we'll see. Get a little stirred up next week, Bert. Shoot me an email. Let me know. Start it up, boy. Pick a fight with me. We'll go. I've got my opinions like everybody else. Looks like it's finally getting cloudy outside. Cooling down here in the Valley of the Sun. Could be a cooler, wet weekend coming up, as they've been saying. Kind of a bummer, as I'm supposed to go to a picnic tomorrow, and good chance of rain, and picnics don't mix, so I'm waiting to hear about that getting rescheduled. What else? Sports. Coyotes won their 6th in a row last night over the Atlanta Thrashers, 4-3. Head out on a 5-game road trip. Right on, boys. Keep up the good work. Also, Suns lose to even up their record at 500. Not sure how many wins, how many losses, but they are going into the All-Star break now. Got a lot of feedback. Like I said, I'm going to try something else today, and hopefully I should have a better idea and maybe kind of fit some things in. As you've seen me sit here, I sit here and talk at a desk with the camera. I kind of want to like get up and move it around. Let me know what you think about that. Step back here on the mark, talk, use my hands a little bit more, get things going. So let me know what you think about that for a few minutes, see if it works for you. Did all the shout outs, did the sports and the weather. What else are we going to talk about today? Not sure I like standing up. It seems like a lot of my head gets cut off. So let me know what you think about that for a few minutes. Might start doing that on a random occasion, getting up, moving around a little bit as long as I'm in camera. Anyway, attended Macallan Scotch whiskey tasting last night. There'll be a post up on my blog about it later today, hopefully, if not sooner, but it should be up today, maybe tomorrow. Macallan Scotch whiskey on my blog. pullingcorksandforks.blogspot.com is my blog. Spirits, food, and wine, and all that good stuff. What else is there? Sticking with the spirits and wine theme, anybody hear that Donald Trump is interested in getting into the wine business? With the Kluge family down in Virginia, they've got a winery that might need some financial help, and Donald Trump is considering getting into it. I find that interesting in a couple aspects. He doesn't drink. He makes it known in a lot of his interviews that he doesn't drink alcohol. Doesn't mean he can't own something. He's a good businessman. He does have a vodka label. So getting into the wine business would not necessarily be a bad thing. He is a good businessman. Definitely bring a lot of attention to it, to the Virginia wine community. I'm sure which they would love to have, as long as it's being done in the right way. And a lot of the wineries are going to get promoted, hopefully, and get put on the wine map. So we'll see about that. More importantly, when it comes to Donald Trump, last few months, I don't know if you've caught some of his interviews, he's considering running for president in 2011. He's not happy with the state of affairs in the country, economically, with our reputation around the world. He cites our interests, or China's interests in us, that they pretty much own us. He does a lot of business with the Chinese, so therefore he knows a lot more. I'm not saying he's the best candidate for it, but he knows a lot about Chinese. He seems to think that OPEC is raking it over the coals with the price of gasoline. Has some merits. I'm not sure about the whole if it's just OPEC that sets the price of gasoline, or if it's the futures market and the commodities market that we hear about. So a lot of different aspects. He also seems to think in the last 10 years our reputation has been diminished as a superpower. Everything from going into war with Iraq for the wrong reasons, and the economic downslide that was originated here. So Donald Trump, be interesting to see. Not against it. Always good to get some new blood. I don't know if he, wants to take a pay cut though. That's the thing. But it'd be interesting to see. Definitely throwing his name into the mix. Also in politics, Jonathan Napolitano has decided not to run for the vacant senatorial seat that John Kyle will be vacating next year, that he is retiring. She's told everybody that she doesn't plan on running for it. She likes doing what she's doing at the Department of Homeland Security. So we'll see about that. See if another Democratic steps up to the plate. Where else? Wisconsin, a lot going on in Wisconsin. I guess, the way the budget's being worded, everybody seems to think they're trying to break the unions up in Wisconsin, the state employees union. So there have been a lot of efforts up there and rallies in Madison. Started small with a couple thousand people on Monday, and has grown. It's getting a lot of national attention as they seem to think with the budget problems in a lot of the states, they might want to break the union. So stay tuned for that. A lot going on up there. As that's something, a little bit controversial there. Unions, are they good? Are they bad? Let me know what you think. I've been a part of 2 unions. They were both when I was younger, still living under my parents' house. Didn't really get much of the benefits of unions. Did I just say living under my parents' roof, not under their house? Sorry. So I didn't get much of the benefits, paid dues, didn't like throwing my money away there. But I've sat in on debates and listened to people pro-union and con-union. Interesting points on both sides. Like everything else in life, there's a good and a bad part to everything. Unions carry a lot of power, a lot of money being involved in unions, but they do fight for the workers. They do see it that people get raises in a timely fashion, and that they get their health care and their dental, and they get, nobody's really looking out for the little guy, the independent middle class nowadays, whereas the upper echelon executives get bonuses and perks. The men and women on the assembly line don't always get that. It's usually the case. The generals sit back, and the army goes to fight the war, and it's the general who's safe and everything. So we'll see what comes from this over the next couple of weeks in Wisconsin, and about, let me know what you think about the unions. Give me your comments. There we are with that. What else is going on? Unfortunately, there were some deaths in the last couple of days to bring you up to speed on if you haven't heard. Not major names at all, but more recognizable names or faces. Len Lesser, character actor on TV and films, passed away. You don't recognize the name, but you recognize his character that it really put him on the map. He was Uncle Leo on the Seinfeld show, Jerry's Uncle Leo. That's how people know him mostly, but he has done quite a lot of TV and film work over the years. Also, word came this morning that Dave Duerson passed away down in Florida. Dave Duerson was a professional football player who played for the Chicago Bears and helped them win the Super Bowl in 1985. So, not recognizable names. If you're from Chicago and you're a Bears fan, you know the name Dave Duerson. If you ever watched Seinfeld or anything else, that you would definitely recognize Len Lesser. But Dave moved on. Rest in peace. Thanks for your work and everything, for making us laugh and making us cheer. That's that. Thinking about starting an online newspaper, broadening my horizons with social media and getting the word out. Did a little bit of research, but I got to go into it a little bit more depth today, what's entailed into it. Just another forum to start the conversation and bring other opinions into the mix. We'll see how that goes. On Twitter it is Follower Friday. Happy Follower Friday to all my followers. I'm sitting at right about 197, 198, short of the 200 mark. So if you're not following me yet, feel free to follow me at Sandy161. Hope to see you on there. How are we doing on time? Yeah, got about 5 minutes left. Let's check to see what's on the airwaves. Who's playing? Hopefully they're still on. The Beach Boys could be. What happened to the Beach Boys? Had the Beach Boys. Up. Right on into Credence. Bad Moon Rising. Anybody see the Bad Moon Rising last night? There's a big old moon coming up in the east as I was heading out to the Macallan whiskey tasting. Saw that coming up. Tried to get a picture of it, but camera phones and driving don't mix, so I erred on the side of caution. Did not do that. Let's see what else is going on in the world, see if there's anything breaking. Not a whole lot. This is what I want a piece of in more ways than one. Dun-dun-dun. Kardashians made $65 million last year. Wow, that's a lot of money. Now, little reason why I'm getting involved in this. I don't need 65 million. I'll take it. Just want a little piece of that pie. Out there in the world, there's a lot of money to be sprinkled and rained upon us. So I just want a little piece. No rants today. Nothing that I can think of that I want to rant about. Everything's pretty good. Nothing too bad. See what the weekend brings. I don't know. Like I said, next week a little preview of what's coming up next week. Going to do a little Academy Awards preview. I haven't seen any signs that the Academy Awards is this Sunday, so I think I've got 5 days next week. President's Day next Monday. I'll probably do a show. I know a lot of people are off and celebrating the holiday, so but I think I'll do a show. What else is going on? I know there's more. I didn't do a list today, so I apologize for being a little bouncing around. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to cut you guys loose today. I know in 10 minutes after I cut this off, I'm like, damn, that's what I wanted to talk about. But that happens. That's live TV. Better preparation on my part. So we're going to let you go. Enjoy your weekend. It is Friday. Go have a beer. Go have a glass of wine. Have a Macallan Scotch whiskey. Neat, the way I like it. And that's it. Thanks for checking me out this first week on Say What with Sandy. We'll have the blog post up in a little while, like I said, and see you back here on Monday. Looking forward to your comments and so on and so forth. Let's see who's bringing us out of the show.